is Tom Holland. I'm a husband, father, state senator, and small business owner. For the past 16 years, I've worked hard to keep my small business competitive and growing. There have been good times and lean times. I understand the challenges of business across the state, making a payroll, paying the bills, and carving out a path for long-term growth. I've lived my life focused on family, jobs, and business. Growing up, I learned entrepreneurship directly from my mother, who started her own successful business doing what she loved. I learned about listening and being responsive to a customer's needs from my father, who was a salesman for over 30 years. So, when I went to college, I studied business and started my career as a software engineer. I have a vision of starting my own company where finding business solutions was done through careful listening to customers. A business where innovative solutions to a customer problems were delivered on time and under budget. Nearly 20 years ago, my wife Barbara and I moved our family to Kansas because I had an interim job opportunity at the Santa Fe Railway in Topeka. And when that job was complete, we chose to stay here in Kansas. We saw Kansas as a land of opportunity, as the place to start and grow our business and realize the American dream. A place where our kids would be in the best public schools. A place where we knew hard work would reward those willing to seek it. Kansas has been very good to me and my family. But now times have gotten harder. Kansans are facing problems of historic proportions. Our economy is the worst it has been in over 2 generations. I've seen problems facing our state before, and I have answered the call for Kansas. In 2002, I ran to represent my neighbors in the Kansas House of Representatives because our schools were facing severe funding shortages. Year after year, I watched my children's classroom sizes grow larger and important programs being cut. I knew how to solve problems for businesses, and when I saw the problems facing my kids' schools, I decided to leave. I set out to share my vision with other candidates. The critics said I had no chance, but I went on to beat the established candidate, a 4-term incumbent, the head of the House Education Committee. In 2008, I again answered the call and ran for the state senate. Again, the critics doubted me. Again, I beat the incumbent. Now, because of the national recession, our state faces an unprecedented economic crisis. Our businesses, schools, social services, and public safety programs are in trouble. And the backbone of our Kansas economy, our workers, face uncertainty, layoffs, and unemployment. Right here in Wichita, unemployment rates are skyrocketing. Last year, over 48,000 Kansans filed claims for first-time unemployment here in Central County. Over 10,000 people in Wichita were permanently laid off. People here in both Wichita and across the state are worried about what will happen to them, their children, and the state if we don't get more jobs here in Kansas. Because when we talk about the economic crisis, we are talking about people having jobs so they can take care of their families. When we talk about the economic crisis, we're talking about Kansas students being able to find jobs once they graduate from college. When we talk about the economic crisis, we're talking about providing services to those who are most vulnerable. Every time we talk about the economic crisis, we're talking about families, folks, and communities all across this state. The next Kansas governor must be able to find solutions to these difficult problems and put people back to work, not repeat mistakes of the past. And for the past 16 years, Sam Brownback has been part of the problem. While in Washington, Brownback presided over a $5 trillion debt increase in our federal debt. He voted against fiscal responsibility and voted in support of the very laws that created this economic crisis that's impacted so many of our Kansas families. Brownback had a front row seat in Washington while his failed policies made life worse for families. Now, Sam Brownback wants to put those failed policies back to work in Kansas.
No.
Well, enough is enough. We've seen the Sam Brownback way. During his past 16 years in Washington, we've seen nothing but more debt, more gridlock, and more partisanship. We won't solve the day's challenges by bringing Washington's problems to Kansas. Now, the people of Kansas deserve a leader who knows how to create jobs and rebuild our economy, not dig us deeper into debt, gridlock, and partisanship that we've seen in Washington. I have a proven track record of running a successful business, making a payroll, creating jobs, bringing people together to find creative and innovative solutions. I also have a proven track record of representing the people in my district. I lead through listening, and I'm the only candidate to put politics aside and bring all people together, Republicans, Democrats, and proud independents alike. Now, I know Sam Brownback has out-of-state money and Washington interests supporting him. I know the road ahead will be difficult, but I care so deeply about Kansas and our future that I gladly accept the challenge. I'm standing here today to let Kansans know they do have a choice for government. My name is Tom Holland. I'm a problem solver, a small business owner, and I'm ready to be your next governor of Kansas.